presence of Envy. Envy, it's been a long time since we chatted. Thank you very much for taking the time to talk to me. And you just came off a best of 3 win, and I did want to get your thoughts on that for a bit. So could you, just for starters, give me your thoughts in general about this best of 3 series, how it went and what your perspectives were there?
Just like, I watched some of their games and I was like, these guys know how to play like really well. And I was like, but they don't know how to play late game, so we just wanted to go late game, just basically. At least game 1 we did. So we just picked Magnus Ember. We're like, all right, let's see what happens late game. And like we were right because like they fucking destroyed us early game, and mid game. And I had a lot of respect for the carry player. I think he's really good. And I don't know, they almost beat Siak, so I don't really know what happened. Like.
Yeah, I can pick you up a bit there. One thing that was very interesting was just the combination of Magnus, Ember Spirit, and then all of these BKB piercing lockdowns. It felt like the casters they were debating a bit whether or not the co-op should have gone for like a Hex first or an Orchid, and everybody has their thoughts. But of course, we should ask you what your thoughts are about the itemization and the matchup.
Oh yeah, I think the Queen of Pain buying Aghanims was pretty game losing. I was the whole game. I was like, all right, I can only do this until he has a Hex, like Orchid after Hex or Orchid BKB into X. But you want Orchid BKB into Aghanims, and that was not the play for sure.
Okay, so it wasn't the Orchid that was wrong, but it was the Ags instead of Hex.
Yeah, I mean I think Aghanims BKB is just too comforting to go. Like that's a build I'm always gonna go when I play co-op now. And I just like I see what CT1 S4 does in the safe lane with co-op. I'm like, all right, I'm doing that. It seems to work, and then like even like Orchid's enough because I'm not gonna have BKB until like later, and then when I have BKB, like you're gonna be starting to approach that sheep stick.
And even with the sheep stick, because you had a Beastmaster, what other BKB piercing also did you have a Bane?
Well, Beastmaster, Bane, and Magnus, I think.
Yeah. So. It felt like during the later stages of the game that Mineski must be feeling a little bit, what is it, like disheartened, because even if they get a Hex on you before you trigger your BKB, it would be really hard to get you focused down because they have all these they have Shackle Shot, they have Roar, and all these things.
Honestly, like it's probably not too hard. Like I kind of just die. like until I had Butterfly, I think I just died. I don't tank anything. I'm like nothing.
Okay, so going back to talking about the series in general, would you consider your performance, like, are you happy with it? Are you considered dominating? Was it close calls? How was your feeling?
I don't think I played particularly well in any game in this tournament except the Queen of Pain game. I think I'm playing very sloppy. In general, I don't think we're playing very good. So, like we're playing good enough. Like we know what we're doing. Just we make a lot of mistakes that's like very just weird. Yeah. Just because we're playing sloppy.
Okay, and the co-op game was, I think a stat said that this was the first co-op game that you played with this iteration of Team Secret. So you practice this a lot in scrims?
No, we don't really scrim. We didn't really have the time because of the lands. We played some scrims here and we lost. Like we scrimmed against eHome and VP on the first day of boot camp. We lost 6 scrims and won 1.
And how are you liking the co-op performance? What was the reasoning behind it? It wasn't something that you practiced. What was the giveaway in the draft where you felt like, all right, let's go co-op safe?
There was no giveaway, dude. It was like this yesterday night we were having this like team whatever, and I was like, dude, I want to play co-op. Okay. I want to play co-op. I want to play co-op. I need to play this fucking co-op. Yeah. And like we knew that like if Ember was gonna get banned after game 1, and then after game 1, we were thinking about the draft, and we didn't want to give them starter because they played 4 games of starter out of 5, and they won all those games. So, and then we knew they always ban Doom for some reason, even if they're first pick, and we didn't want to give them Tuskar. So like a lot of the first pick heroes just kind of got removed, and then Queen comes up, and I was like, I want to play Queen. I want to play Queen.
Okay. Yeah. What was because I saw you guys after game 1 standing outside talking a bit about the game and just getting talking about it in general. What was the Queen of Pain pick came up there? What was something else in particular about game 1 that you guys maybe talked about in regards to don't do that again, or let's focus on doing this?
We just took a lot of sloppy fights, and we underestimated the vision advantage they have with the illusions running in, and the darkness factor. Like just too many things that see us, and we had to just kind of not get caught by these stupid ganks that we saw, because we had some really good words, and I died top once because I'm an idiot, and then like we took some fight bottom, and then it was not good, and like we're just not like we're just getting desperate for a reason when we can just understand that our draft is just way superior and they're never breaking high ground.
Then moving back or away from this best of 3 series in general, when you now take your current performance and the way you're feeling about the way you're doing, and compare that to the way that other teams are performing right now, how do you see your chances? What team are you most respecting right now?
Right now, I think I like CDIC the most play-wise, but like what usually happens is like CDIC's they're gonna play really good, but I don't think they can get any better than what they are now. Like within this week, like maybe later on, but I feel like us and EG can randomly just improve and just play better. And so I don't really want to like compare our performance today or like yesterday to like whatever. Like we'll just play different every day.
I know that as a player, you always keep a keen eye on how other players and teams are performing, and you look out for excellence in plays from other people, and then you adapt, or you take it and improve your own play. So right now, let's take CDEC. You mentioned them, that they're doing really well, but there's not much more of a cap that they can improve on. Yesterday, they destroyed. What is it about their play? If you could take like 1 or 2 things from the way they play into your own game, just like that, what would you pick? Is there something?
They play very fast in the early game. I think they play the best in the first like 10 minutes, the way they move and stuff. It's kind of really hard for us to adapt to that. I don't think we can really do it. I don't think it really fits. Like we need more experience first to be able to make the movements that they do.
Could you go a little bit more into the way that they do move? Is it always the same thing the first 10 minutes, or do they just quickly adapt to the situations?
I mean, it's like a little bit of both. It's just all of a sudden they're in your jungle and you're like, what the fuck? How did they get here? And then you just take this stupid you just don't feel good. And like you don't really want to take this fight, but then you don't really have anywhere else to go. Like, cause like they kind of like lock you in, and like you're already trapped behind your tower, and you're like, all right, I guess I can TP out. But like even if you TP out, it doesn't matter since they just like follow you around. It's just weird. Like they're always just missing off the map. Just kind of confusing.
So this is where you say you just need more experience playing against this type of play style?
No, I mean we might be able to play against it, depending on what we draft. It just playing like with it, like playing like that is different. And like we don't really feel the need to do something like that because we kind of just play things, like, whatever.
Is the way that you're going to approach a CDEC game when you're playing against them, is it going to be in a way that you say, all right, we're going to let them have the early game, we're going to try to mitigate all kinds of damage and then focus on what we can do?
No, we're just going to cheese them.
Okay, heard it here first. He just gave away the strat, guys. There you go. Okay, EG, how are you liking them so far?
There's favorites for this tournament, probably. They're looking fucking good.
Okay. How do you feel has Arteezy incorporated or gotten into the team?
Just normal, like it's normal EG stuff. Like it wasn't really weird for them to lose MLG because they never win single to LM tournaments ever. They only win double LM tournaments, and it's kind of weird with them. It's like they just whenever they go into MLGs or like whatever tournament they go to, they just lose. They just always lose, and then they win. Like they have to lose first though, but like not when it comes to majors or TIs. Like the TI3, I mean TI4, TI5, this major DAC, they just go in an instant win. Like it's just different. But if they play any tournaments that are not majors, they just have to lose first, and then they start winning. And they need this double LM to like to just lose so they can win after. But then against us, they just kind of just met us, and they just lost, and that's it. You're out. So.
Okay, so I think we got a pretty good picture all around about where we are in terms of the tournament so far. Closing up, when we were having lunch just a little bit ago, you were walking past us showing us something. What were you eating there? What was that? You had like a bag of, was it oats or something?
Oh, I'm not talking about that.
Okay. All right. Just we have CDEC and LGD. They're here ordering Chinese food together, and McDonald's. So there's some strange food stuff going on. But I guess that's it.
Can you clarify? It wasn't drugs. Like, it's just medicine.
Ah, okay. No, I wasn't implying.
I'm sick right now.
Ah, okay. Well, then I hope you get well, man. But you're playing phenomenally for the fact that you're sick. Holy crap.
I'm playing okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm playing really soft. I think. I only play good in the queen game. I don't think anyone on our team has played in particular either, except the queen game. Like each player has like one game where they played really well, but overall it's just like, not acceptable play.
So we'll hope you guys can sync it up, and then when it matters, you guys can all perform well.
I think we can.
Yeah.
It's usually what happens.